Talk basketball here, and what went wrong on Saturday, or what didn't go right, I should say. What has to be corrected before you take the floor again?
I think just a lot of things that we prepared for before the game. Scouting wise, we did pretty well. We followed the game plan, but I think it was the little things like 50-50 balls. They got a lot of those, and we didn't. Toughness plays where they're diving on the ground for balls and saving them, and just making an extra effort. And they did more of those than we did, and they eventually pulled away from us.
There, some fans may be going, "Oh, they drop out of top 25." You guys pay attention to that, or does it maybe light a fire that says, "Oh, it's time to circle the wagons," so to speak?
I wouldn't say we pay too much attention to that, just because you don't have to be in the top 25 to you know win a national championship. I mean, that's obviously the goal. Most of the team that we have this year was on the team last year, where we kind of finished the season, and we lost a few games down the stretch, and we're really just trying to stay away from that now, and just pick up the pace and get right back on track heading into the conference tournament. So, I mean, we have some things to work on, but things that we can control, things that we can fix to make sure we get back on track.
How do you not panic? Like, oh my God, not let it snowball.
We just have to get back to playing the way that we've been playing, the way that we started this season. Obviously, we've had some injuries and a few close games that haven't gone our way, but I think we're a veteran team. We have some guys that have played college basketball for a long time, and we just have to lead and just show our leadership and not let things slip out of control, and I think we'll be just fine.
How about you personally? You mentioned you've been playing college basketball for a long time. It's coming to an end. Is it going to be kind of weird tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I haven't really thought about it in that sense, just because I know I still have basketball left to play after tomorrow night. It'll be weird getting up our last few shots and going through practice today at CenturyLink. I haven't been here as long as Isaiah and Zach, so it'll probably be a little bit different for them. But this is my second home, or home away from home now, and I've done a lot of good things in here, and just the city of Omaha and the community, they've really been good for me. So I mean, this is going to be a cool night tomorrow night. I'm going to have my parents here, obviously, just to experience it one last time. And, the plan is to go out with a bang and make sure we get a win. And then the other stuff after the game, that would be the stuff I'm more nervous for, giving the speech and doing all that.
You thought about it?
Uh, Not really. I don't really want to. It's like giving a speech for class. But instead of 20 people, it's 17, 18,000, whatever it is. So no pressure.
Hopefully they don't give you the wrong envelope like the Academy Awards, right?
I hope not.
But take me back to when you made the decision to come here, though. Was it as much as Creighton or Big East or a whole thing that played? Because that was still they had decided to go to Big East, but they weren't in it, or was the timing right? Can you
They
refresh
had
me?
been. They had just completed their first year in the Big
Okay, so
East,
that
so
played a
they
role,
had
right?
been. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was a bunch of different things. The Big East, obviously, you know, playing in front of all these people every night. I mean, for me, before I got here, playing in front of 5,000, 6,000 people was real cool to me. But just experiencing something like this every night was going to be something that I was looking forward to. And the style of play. Obviously, it was a great time for recruiting with Doug and Ethan and all those guys and how they played, and they spaced the court and shot three. So that was really enticing for me. And but it just seems like yesterday that I was going through that recruiting process, and I was telling my parents that I've actually been here longer than I was at Nevada. This is my third year here, so I mean it's just going by extremely fast, and I'm just going to cherish it tomorrow.
When you're coming close to this point, these last couple weeks, have you tried to, I don't know, cherish the moment at all? Like when you're suiting up for practice, are you
Yeah, well,
recounting some of
when
this?
I do suit up for
Yeah.
practice, yeah, that's a good one.
Right.
I mean, yeah, obviously, just because you know tomorrow isn't promised. Who knows what's going to happen next year? Who knows where I'm going to be playing next year? What I'm going to be doing? And this is such a like I said before. Not too many teams get to experience this and this type of atmosphere in this conference, and to be ranked top 25 all year up until this week, and just playing really meaningful basketball. And I've kind of waited my whole college career. Actually, I've waited my whole life through high school and all that stuff to be on a stage like this, and it's been really fun. Obviously, having a lot of this attention. There's times where it's not so good when you aren't playing well, and that comes with it, but I wouldn't trade this for anything. I'm just like you said. I've been trying to cherish every little moment.
Thanks, sir. Top 25. Cole mentioned there's no panic. You guys are veteran group enough to know that this stuff momentum is one game away. Is that a good way of looking at it?
Yeah, I mean, if we started getting too caught up in where we were in the rankings, it's like we wouldn't be focused on what we really need to get focused on. So, I think all we need to think about is we got a big week ahead of us. Tuesday, obviously, is our first priority, and then, get business done and move on from there. But just one game at a time, and know that we want to finish the season out strong, and we'll be right where we want to be.
Have you thought much about coming to the finish line here in terms of you as a player and career and Creighton and all that? What you're going to say and all that stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've tried not to dwell on it too much, but obviously I've enjoyed every minute of it from the basketball standpoint to, all the relationships and memories I've made over the years. But I don't know. As far as kind of on the front burner, not really trying to focus on it. Just do whatever we need to do as a team to put us in the right spot come tournament time.
If you could go back and maybe tell your younger self a few years back some pieces of advice, what would you tell that younger lad?
Enjoy it more, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think the last 2 years I did a better job of it, but now you start to, like you said, see the finish line and see you only got so many games left. It's like if I could go back and be like, man, just, even just the little things. Obviously the games, but, practices, moments with teammates, all of it. Because, people always tell you how fast it goes, but, you don't really realize it until you get to the end. So because it has been so awesome, I just say enjoy it as much as you can.
Given the injury earlier in the year, maybe things were up in the air, you weren't exactly sure when you'd get back or to what degree. Does it make it these last few games a little more sweet?
Yeah, I think so. I was proud of the fact that I made it back, but either way, whenever I would have came back, when you get to the end, it's like, even just these last few weeks, I've really just tried to, like I was saying, practice, bus rides, watching film, everything. It's like, when you're, freshman, sophomore, sometimes it can kind of get repetitive, but then you get to senior year and get to the end, and it's like, I want to make the most of every one and soak it up as much as I can. So.
When you've experienced senior nights before, but you just haven't been center stage.
Yeah.
What have you noticed about how those guys react? Sometimes they're emotional. Some guys are able to just kind of hide that part of it. What have you noticed from your team?
Yeah, it kind of depends on people's personalities, but it's just kind of fun. Usually the families are pretty emotional, and I think the guys are too, but for some people, speaking in front of 18,000 people, I think kind of sobers them up a little bit. But I think everybody gets a little, reminiscent about it at the end, which is, only natural, especially when it's such a, awesome experience.
Yeah. One thing Cole was saying is just like the opportunity to just play here. In an arena like this, you guys go to a lot of arenas that are nice places, but there's not many places in the country like this where 18,000 people are coming in every night to cheer for you.
Yeah.
Can you put into words just that part of it, how special it's been?
Yeah, obviously to play in a place that holds 18,000 like anywhere is, incredible experience that, you can't really even put into words. But I think even just with how much of a community Omaha is, when you step out here and, you see all these people supporting you, I think it really is, it sounds cliche, but I think it really does start to feel like a family. So, kind of when you know that you're only going to get so many more opportunities, and, we only get Measy and Cole only get one more opportunity, it's like, you can't help but get a little emotional about it because it's been such a great experience.
Did you guys walk away? Was there a big learning point from Saturday? Or?
Yeah, obviously we did some things really well. We were with them for a little bit, but I think if we can learn from, a few of those possessions where, they do what, national championship teams do. They make the plays that, don't seem very, flashy, but they win games. And I think if we can learn from that and realize that if we make a few more plays like that, going forward, there's not going to be a lot of teams we can't beat.
Tomorrow, what comes to mind when you think about what this arena will look like and what it'll be like?
It'll be an exciting time. Definitely going to be a sad time as well. But 5 great years, some of the best fans in the country. So I've been extremely blessed and very thankful.
I guess this time of the season, kind of coming off the way you guys were this weekend, what would you call the mentality of this team right now?
We got to have an underdog mindset going into this week. Obviously, last couple games, big games for seeding, and then we got to keep the momentum going into the tournament, the Big East tournament, and then the NCAA tournament hopefully.
Thanks.
Yep.